So a buyer asked me recently, Joshua, can the seller just pay all of my closing costs? I smiled and said, maybe, but let's talk about what's actually happening. So welcome back. I'm Joshua Smith, Associate Broker and Lead Advisor with Queensberry Advisors at Keller Williams Town Center. And this is our Hidden Rules of Real Estate series, where we pull back the curtain on how real estate actually works so you can make better decisions. So today we are going to talk about seller concessions. Is that free money? So let's start with the term itself. A seller concession, in this case, we're talking about closing costs, is simply money the seller agrees to contribute towards certain buyer expenses, closing costs being a common one as a part of the negotiation. Notice I said part of the negotiation. That's very important. Here's a different way to think about it. I want you to stop thinking about real estate contract as just one number, whether that's the purchase price or some other number. It's not. It's actually a collection of moving pieces: purchase price, closing date, inspection terms, appraisals, financing, seller concessions. They're all connected. All right. So imagine that I'm sitting at a kitchen table with my buyers, right? And they tell me, Joshua, and this happens all the time, right? We really like help with our closing costs, or we really need help with our closing costs. My next question isn't how much do you want? My question is, well, how do we structure an offer that gives you the best chance of getting to the closing table in the house you want? The number will play a part at some point, but there's other things we need to understand as well. But those are two very different conversations, okay? So let's pull it apart a little bit. Let's say the home is listed for $400,000. Buyer number one offers $400,000, no seller concessions. Buyer number two offers $405,000 and asks for $5,000 towards closing costs. Now ask yourself, did the seller really give away $5,000, or did the contract simply get structured differently? That's why experienced advisors evaluate the entire agreement, not just one line item. Because in that example, the seller concession isn't free money. Why sellers say yes? I've seen sellers agree to concessions for many different reasons, okay? Maybe they want to keep a great buyer that's easy to work with. Maybe they want to close quickly. Maybe helping with closing costs is easier than them reducing the purchase price on the market. Every negotiation has its own story, and every client has its own motivating factors, right? So this is where buyers and sellers both get tripped up. People negotiate individual terms. Professionals negotiate outcomes. Sometimes the strongest contract isn't the one with the highest price. Sometimes it isn't the one with the fewest concessions. It's the one that gives both sides confidence to move forward. All right, keep that in mind. So the Queensberry way, here it is. Never negotiate one line of the contract, negotiate the entire picture. Because every decision affects another. That's how great advisors think. So next time you hear the word seller concessions, don't think free money. It could feel like that though, but think negotiation strategy, because that's what it really is. If you're enjoying this series, Hidden Rules of Real Estate, you're going to love what's coming next. Subscribe to Agent Joshua Smith here on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, drop a comment. If you're buying or selling in Hampton Roads, head over to queensberryadvisors.com. You'll find free buyer and seller guides, practical resources, and if you like to sit down and build a strategy together, you can book a strategy session with me. I would love to help you and make sure you're successful in your real estate process. Because real estate should be understood, not endured. Peace.